Aloha.
Wait, no. Hold on. Let's try again. Oh, here. Okay, here we go.
Aloha.
Shout out Pearl Harbor, by the way.
Like clockwork. Hello and welcome. We're back from theballerlifestyle.com. It's the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Brian Beckner. Episode number 550. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate your patronage. We would appreciate it if you reached out. A little light on the voicemails and emails this week. You can send us an email. Mailbag@theballerlifestyle.com is the email address. Additionally, you're always welcome to lob us a phone call. Leave us a message, 949-464-TBLS-8257. You can also subscribe. You can support the show via our bonus content account. Click the link in the show notes. Sign up there. It's $5 a month. We appreciate you in every way that you help us out. I am joined now, as always, by Mr. Ed Daly. Ed, how are you, buddy?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
I got one thing that I gotta talk about, and one thing that made me laugh this week. It's a passing thing that happens every few years for me, but like I'm on my bike and I'm thinking, what the fuck was up with the Smurfs? Like what was going on? They had one woman for the village.
Yeah.
Papa Smurf, he's in charge.
Sort of. He's old as shit.
But he's old as shit.
He made the only woman that they have, right?
This is like Adam and Eve, or like, you know, making the out of Adam's ribs kind of thing.
I mean, it was weird because they were all kicking before she came through. It was like a Ms. Pac-Man situation. Like the Smurfs were around already. Like they didn't, you know, it wasn't like Smurfette was birthed at the same time as as Handy.
Yeah,
Smarty.
Hefty absolutely needed to get it. He was
tatted up.
Yeah,
he's the only one. He was tatted up.
He's tatted up. He's definitely getting it.
Yeah, he's fucking.
But then what are the other guys doing?
They're waiting till Hefty's done. It's Hefty. Hefty gets first. Well, hold on.
There's a prison rules.
I mean, Papa probably gets first dibs. Like,
but
Papa
that's
gets
the thing.
To roll through first.
He's the guy that like sorts everything out because they're pretty stupid collectively.
Yeah, they are.
And he sorts them out. But he's fucking old, and like Hefty, as much as Papa's the brains of the operation, Hefty
could be a cuck situation. Maybe Papa, maybe he created Smurfette because he wanted to see what Hefty could do. Like Hefty's his great creation, and he's like, Hefty, you know, like I gave you the biggest cock in Smurf Kingdom. You're the biggest dude. Right. We need a little something for you to do around here, and that's Smurfette. And while the rest of the guys, you know, they were probably going off into the woods and doing the type of shit that dudes do alone in the woods. You know, like that's just a guess.
Or at rest stops.
Yes, exactly.
But the thing that was kind of bothering me is did we ever get an explanation of what was going on with Gargamel? Did he just want to kill them, or did he want to eat them?
I think he
would put them. He would put them in a pot, but never really get the flames going and make sure they're dead.
Yeah, he also had that cat, and cats Azrael was a natural born killer.
Yes, isn't that like mean like angel of death or something? Somebody told me that once.
I mean, I'm not like conspiracy Brian over here, but you know how every once in a while the people will be talking about J.K. Rowling and they'll point out that there's a few characters,
similarities.
Yes. Yeah. Well, this Gargamel, you know, I mean, his cat's named Azrael and he's Gargamel. It's like he looks like he could be a certain type.
And he's got a substantial nose.
He does. He really does. So, and he's, you know, bloodthirsty.
I don't know. The whole thing bothers me. Every few years I think about it and I'm just like, I'm on my bike and I'm like, well, what was the end game for everybody? What was going on?
No. And I think he did want to eat him. was the deal. But like, you should be able to sick your cats. Cats can kill fucking anything.
And then
they're
it
born
drags
to kill.
drags the dead mouse
Right,
or
brings it to
dead
you.
Smurf. It would have dead Smurfs all the time.
Yes. All it would be Papa Smurf would be working 24/7 to make new Smurfs.
Right. And you know
Because they'd
who's
be
gonna die
dying.
first? That fucking brainy Smurf.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
He
nerd.
he needed to go.
Yeah.
He
Zero
was
athleticism.
real annoying.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
I can't remember. Those are the only two I remember. Hefty,
There
brainy.
was a
There had to be a
clumsy.
dumb
Oh
one.
no! You know who's also
Yeah.
jokey was not funny.
Oh,
He was playing
yeah.
pranks. He was giving people
Yeah.
exploding. He was the Unabomber.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He really and what was their like job? Like they lived in mushrooms or something?
Yeah, and I remember them saying they're 3 apples high, but they're not because 3
Yeah.
apples is like
Yeah.
that's pretty substantial. They
The
were like
propor-
1 apple high.
The proportions were all fucked up.
Yeah,
Because they were supposed to live in mushrooms, and mushrooms are like that big. Even a big one
Right.
is like that big. That's not 3 apples.
no, the cat was towering over them. Cats aren't towering over 3 apples high.
No. Also, where's the shirts? These guys are
they
running around
reverse,
topless.
reverse Donald Duck.
Yeah. Pants only. They're living in the woods.
Yeah, if
It's freezing out there.
if the climate is good enough that they can be topless, why are they
Yeah.
wearing full slacks?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You would be wearing shorts if
Shorts.
anything.
Yeah, because it's a tropical climate. I mean, this looked like this is like Sherwood Forest times.
Yeah, Smurfette's in a sundress the whole time, so it's clearly not cold.
But they're wearing beanies.
That's
It's
true.
A
They
snow
look
cap.
pretty substantial.
Yes,
Pretty substantial on top.
We,
I don't
we,
know.
we were
Just a lot
just
of questions.
we were just so fucked for entertainment because,
Yeah.
like the Smurfs, it was like, oh, finally something's on. Because before the Smurfs, if you got up too early in the morning,
Oh,
you're
Davey
watching
Goliath.
Dave and Goliath. Like that's
Get
it.
out of here. Get out of here with that messaging.
Dave and Goliath.
No.
It's you couldn't wait for the Smurfs to start. And the Smurfs were, I 100% agree with you, complete bullshit.
And the thing is, of all the cartoons, the kind of the best one out there was the one from like the 1930s and 40s. Looney Tunes holds up the best.
Great.
Still.
Great.
It's like
So
Bugs
good.
Bunny was legit funny.
Funny.
You
He was
know?
a prankster.
Right.
You know, the Road Runner and the Coyote.
Wow.
Hilarious. What about Foghorn Leghorn?
That was Bobby Bowden.
Yes, Foghorn Leghorn. He was out there doing bits. He was fucking hilarious. You didn't get enough Foghorn Leghorn. Well, I mean,
They throw a Tasmanian devil in there.
Great.
Yeah.
Now you couldn't. Who's been canceled? Of course, is the Pepe Le Pew.
Pep. Well, he was a
Yeah.
rapist.
He's doing
He
rapes.
was a rapist.
He's doing
Doing
rapes.
rapes.
And also, how
That poor
bad was
cat
his?
kept getting that poor
Yes.
cat kept getting a
Paint.
swab of white paint on her back.
Yes. How bad was his sense of smell? Like this guy was the worst at recognizing his own kind. He assumed you drip a little white paint on the back of a black cat, and all of a sudden he's trying to fuck.
In his
Unbelievable.
defense, I've been
Tell
to
me.
Paris a couple times. I haven't seen one skunk in that city.
No,
So
no.
you know,
You got
I
him
get
in your
it. You see
backyard.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, I
Yeah.
used to have him in my backyard.
Yeah.
The one thing that made me laugh this week
Tell me.
was, and I forgot to put it in the show notes, so we're just going to talk about it now.
Let's do it.
Mattel has toys dedicated to this upcoming Wicked movie.
Oh, somebody just sent me this today. Was it you?
Okay.
No, somebody. I think
No.
somebody else sent me this. Yeah.
And on the back of the box, it gives the website,
Yeah.
www.wicked.com.
This is great.
It's supposed to be wickedmovie.com because Wicked has long been the property of a
Yes.
porn.
Yes,
Producer.
that's old school. That's one of those porno companies that makes like features. They make like the porno parodies. Wicked.
Yes. Yeah.
They make like
you'd see,
real movies. Yeah,
yes. Marge Simpson porn and shit.
exactly. Now, again, how does one wonders if somebody snuck that through on purpose? They're on their way out the door, or
Right.
maybe it's a little guerrilla marketing where they go, hey, people aren't talking about our bullshit toys anymore.
They
What if
will
we
now.
put porno on the package and act like it was an accident and be like, and we'll be real sorry about it, but then people will be talking about us again.
True, but
Yeah.
I just know from friends in advertising and like marketing,
Yeah.
there are like 50 people that have to look at things.
Yep.
To get that full sign off
Oh,
is
yeah.
breathtaking. How bad that was.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Yeah, there's so many. It has to go through so many eyes, but people farm it out to their interns and shit. Like you could see it slipping by because everybody passes the buck. But it's great. It's still great. Either way, it's great.
Yes, it's great. That's it.
I spent the weekend in Austin, Texas. A little tired. Me and my buddies, you know, we rally up. I got one buddy, Fan, the great Fan. He lives in Texas.
Fan.
Yep. So I like to go out there and visit him. Get a little,
Snake killer.
Yeah, he kills a lot of things, but we're just realizing we're just like we get together. We haven't seen each other in a while, so we just start drinking, and I hadn't drank in 3 months, so it was dude. So I'm feeling, and I'm like swearing off alcohol for the foreseeable future because I can't live like this. I can't survive in this way. But while I was there, I was able to connect with a few of the legends of our world. I saw the great Mike Churches, friend of the show. We went to his bike store, Mod Bikes, the best e-bikes in the world. Hung out with him for a bit. It was great to see him. And I saw Coach Solo.
Wow.
And more importantly, Coach Solo was wearing my beautiful Luke Leone watch.
I forgot he got it.
Yes, he got the watch. I took a picture of the watch. It was very. I met Coach Solo's girlfriend, Abby Solo. Huge fan of the Bachelor Lifestyle podcast. So that was like I never met anybody. Never heard of anybody listening to that show. So I was stunned and I was very excited. So it was good. It was good
cool.
Yeah, it was good to spend some time. I'm paying for it now, but it was good to spend some time in Texas and hang out with all these Texas people, which is great.
I almost saw a listener a couple weeks ago when I got the update. Hey, can you meet in West Jersey at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, Lee Peterson. I mean, just Super Lee.
Super Lee. The great Super Lee. I will see him at some point, but no, I can't go out at 10 p.m.
No one can. 10 p.m.? No. It's not even safe to be out at that time.
That's right.
I'm not even sure
10
it's
o'clock.
legal.
You know where your children are.
Yes, exactly. Home, in bed.
Home. They should be
like
home.
Their parents. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, let's talk about some people who died.
Just tell us who was dead now. Just tell us who was dead now. It's a sad segment, very sad. And it will not be an update on who's alive. Nope. Let's get a tragic update.
Tragic update.
Cause Ed Daly has been keeping up on who just died. Yep. Cause we're about to hear from Ed on which celebrities are dead. So tell me who died.
Couple big hitters this week, Ed. Tell us.
Well,
who died?
We lost Tony Todd, Candyman himself.
Yep.
He was also one of the
mercenaries.
He was a middle management mercenary in The Rock.
That's right. Yeah.
He's the black guy with the super deep voice.
Yep.
69 years old, cancer, very sad. He also played a David Silver psychiatrist who put him on a 5151 episode.
Yes.
And
when
Donna,
he was on meth? Was that when he's on meth?
He was very manic. He smashed a glass at the California University student union and it cut his hand. And then they admitted him and they're like, "Hey, wait a second. You're not going anywhere until we get your." Yeah, So I just remember he played a very caring psychiatric doctor.
He would pop up. I will say, I mean, very sad that he's died, but it did strike me a little curious that he died at age 69 years old this week.
So in The Rock.
Yeah.
Wait, in The Rock. What was that? Maybe 96?
97. Yeah.
He was like
something
early
like
40s.
Yeah. In Candyman, he was like 37.
Yeah. It certainly seemed like he was 50.
Wild, very sad though. And he was one of those guys and you'd be like, oh, there's the Candyman. It probably worked against him because he was so iconic as the Candyman
You
that he
can't be
would.
too good. You can't be
You
too good
can't,
at something.
yeah,
Just
because
ask
every time.
Ray Bulger as the Scarecrow.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. You see the Candyman in some shit, it immediately takes you out of it, and you go, "Oh, there's the Candyman," which they have to think about as when they're casting things. But still,
Well,
R.I.P.
How about the career-killing role that we discussed on this show, Mr. Carlson? He went and played the bike shop man,
Yeah,
and then it's like, yeah, Maytag man, yeah.
that was still
You-
even probably tough to get the Maytag man.
Yeah, you're the bike shop man forever.
Yeah, the bike. That was a tough run. The bike. I mean, you got to. Hey, what about Ray Pruitt?
Ray Pruitt, people would yell at him at his concerts.
Yes, he had that song. How do you talk to an angel?
Thinking back on it, not a bad song.
It's a good song, and the guy is setting himself up to be a heartthrob.
He was
And
good looking.
Then the writers have him throw Donna down the stairs.
Yeah.
The end. That's the end of Ray. I believe he's probably retired now, but he was a firefighter out in Vegas. Good gig.
And Joe Bradley, her virgin boyfriend, who was the quarterback on the CU Condors.
Yeah, that's right.
He beat up Ray Pruitt. So he beats up Donna, then he gets beat up.
Yeah. It's
by a
double
virgin.
whammy. Double whammy for old Ray Pruitt. Very sad.
R.I.P. Tony Todd.
Todd.
Um,
Save some first names for the rest of us. Now that he's gone, there's a couple more first names to pass around since he had two of them.
R.I.P. Jose de la Cruz, Peruvian soccer player, died at just 39 years old. He was struck by lightning.
On the pitch?
Yes.
They're supposed to clear the pitch.
They're different rules.
Peru?
South America, different rules.
There's just dudes out there on the pitch. Also playing in a league at 39. This guy was a little long in the tooth. I mean, very sad, but also
sad.
Highly preventable death, I would say.
Right. Half hour. That's like the NFL rule, right? If we see lightning, everybody's got to clear for a half hour.
Yeah, exactly. Wait till it passes, whatever. It's unlikely, but it does happen, as we learned with Jose de la Cruz.
Yeah. RP. RP. Bernie Marcus, Home Depot co-founder, 95 years old.
Yeah. Bet he had a couple of nickels to rub together at the end.
Yeah,
I bet his heirs are like, ooh, sorry about Gramps. So anyway,
95.
how we splitting it up?
Yeah.
He had a nice long run. Where's mine?
His other co-founder, who we talked about, just put himself in the Falcons Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he's got that beautiful mustache. What's his name? Howard? No.
Arthur Blank.
Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank check.
We lost a big one this afternoon, although, if I'm being honest,
for sure,
didn't know we were still with him.
Of course.
He was still with us. John Robinson, former USC and Rams coach, 89 years old.
So much neck.
He had the neck and the really bushy white sideburns.
Bald.
Like not Paulie Walnuts. It was like this, it was like he had two, I don't know, two caterpillars on the side of his head.
Fluffy. USC, Rams, back to USC.
Charles White.
Charles White.
Charles White on both teams, right?
Yeah, he was real famous for running it up the middle. That was his student body right, student body left, student body right. Oh, you just fucking run it. You just hand it to the fast guy and get the guys in front to push everybody out of the way. That's your tactic. That's your innovation. They've been doing that since the 40s.
And R.I.P. I got another late breaking one.
Tell me.
The voice of AOL's You've Got Mail.
Oh.
He died at the age of 74. You've got mail.
He was an ad guy, right? A lot of times these ad guys give themselves the VO job just because they're there. And
one of my buddies.
Yeah.
There's E-Trade or something. They had the Talking Babies.
Yeah.
That's my buddy. He was the director.
See.
And he's just like,
how about I get paid twice? Yeah. I'm here.
Voice.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm directing. Here. Yeah.
Yeah. The voice gets the residuals from this commercial. Let's go.
But
I'll do it.
Before I reveal his name, first.
Yeah.
How much do you think that pays? Because it's like I never had AOL, but like I knew that You've Got Mail. I've known that it's such a famous thing, but like
Yeah.
what's the payout for that? Probably
Yeah.
not.
I have no idea because it's not. Is it like a commercial? Because
It's
you,
not like a song or a commercial
yeah,
where
and you get
there's
and those are governed by union rules. But there's
right.
probably a union for it. Might be still a SAG-AFTRA situation for VO guys. Like there's definitely rules for VO, although it was the early days of the internet.
Yes, this is like I would think this would be a very interesting one to find out if there's any
Well,
way to find out.
well, you could do it
But
once you
let's
say his
hang
name.
on.
Yeah.
But his parents did him no favors.
Tell me.
His name.
Hold on. Gaylord. No. Okay.
No.
Hold on. Hand job. No.
Close.
Okay. BJ.
BJ and the Bear. His name was Elwood Edwards.
Wow.
Elwood Edwards. What are his parents doing?
Yes,
like your name's
yeah.
Edwards. Just get the come on, Elwood Edwards.
Elwood Edwards. That's a mouthful. Elwood
Yeah,
Edwards.
just make
I can
it like
barely say
Chuck Edwards.
Yes.
Steve Edwards.
yes.
Elwood Edwards.
Ed Edwards. Like
You can't
like split it
can't
up a
have
little
two
bit.
W
Yes.
letters. It's very confusing name. Elwood Edwards. Let me see what net worth. Let's see this.
Okay, how fucking rich is this guy?
How fucking rich is this guy? I can't figure it out. I guess I'll try.
Oh, he was a voiceover actor.
Is he worth $1 billion or maybe just $1 million? How fucking rich is this guy?
Elwood Edwards. I'm gonna take a guess. We don't know how much these pay, but I bet it paid pretty well. I'm gonna say Elwood Edwards died with $7 million in the bank.
Close. If you divide, I can't do the math. 300,000.
No, stop. That means they just don't know. Because it's like if the dude never bought a home.
Well,
if he
I
bought a
looked at his
home, he had more
credits.
than that. Yeah.
He did have a voice acting credit in Austin Powers, but that's not a voiceover.
No.
He was probably the voice of like when he's coming out of the frozen,
Yeah. Yes.
cryogenic, freezing machine,
like
whatever
that.
they were calling it.
Yeah.
But like, there's no other voiceover parts in that.
No. Yeah. I mean, he probably worked, but it could have been like Mr. Carlson as the bike shop man. Once you get that one gig, you're synonymous with that gig. Like you remember Home Depot, calling back to Home Depot. It used to be Gene Hackman. And then that, that deal expired or whatever. And now it's just a guy, but you know the guy's voice, and the guy is, and I'm sure he's made $1 zillion off being the Home Depot voice guy. But if you heard that guy's voice on any other product, you would be like, oh, there's that Home Depot guy again. Like it's
right.
You probably can't work if you've done one thing that's too big. It's probably tough to get regular ass work unless you're like Michael Winslow and you could do like sound effects or like different voices.
But he only says 3 words.
Yes. Yeah.
How? I don't know.
I don't either. Yes. I mean, You've Got Mail. They made that movie.
Oh, so he did appear in that movie with Tom Hanks and the adorable Meg Ryan.
No, he's in that? The You've Got Mail guy's in it, or just his voice?
I saw the movie.
Never seen it.
It's just, Tom Hanks being charming and her being adorable, and you
it's
already know what happened.
It's a long distance situation.
Probably. It's like it was essentially Sleepless in Seattle too.
Exactly.
But if it's called You've Got Mail, I'm sure at some point somebody logs in and you hear.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah,
that's my guess. I don't remember
it's
a
the synergy
key scene.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, R.I.P. the You've Got Mail guy.
Right.
Let's talk some. Wait, hold on. Switch boards. Here we go. Let's talk some sports.
My name is Brian. They call me the other guy. I host a podcast show. I'll give hetero life a try. If you see something on my hand that makes you think I'm not a man, it's just my cool rings, you see. They're as sparkly as can be. A my old Troy on DVD.
Ed, what is going on this week in the very exciting world of sports?
Somebody got creepy. Florida hoops coach, University of Florida hoops coach Todd Golden has been accused of stalking students and sending out dick pics. Yeah. Buddy.
I mean, I will say this is kind of on Florida because the dude's name is Todd Golden, which it like sounds like a pseudonym you would use for a guy that was
Right.
sending dick pics. You know, it's
Right.
like this guy's a real Todd Golden over here. Oh,
Yeah.
do you hear about this guy? He's a total Todd Golden. Like Ron Mexico thinks that Todd Golden's a little too on the nose. So that, I mean, one, the man's got a pervert's name. So you go, let's hire this dude with a pervert's name. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. He could live up to his actual name.
If you're the head coach of an SEC team,
Yeah.
you know it's going to work better than sending out dick pics? Picture your pay stub.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's getting paid.
What was it 2 seasons ago? This guy's he's got a real pencil neck too, Ed. This is the kind of guy that he's probably done more. I can picture he looks like one of those guys that sets up a camera on the toilet, Paul and Tucson style, you know, like just puts it behind the bowl. Remember we had the great Lisa Bizzle on this show. And we were
wanted to pay her for her.
She was co-hosting, and we were signing off, and we're like, "Hey, great job, Lisa, fantastic work." And she goes, "Oh, hey, one more thing." And then she told the story about some guy wanting to watch her evacuate herself for money to make videos of it, and that was a lot. This Todd Golden looks like he could do that kind of thing. Florida men's basketball coach Todd Golden has made his first statement since it was revealed Friday that he was being investigated in a Title IX inquiry. Golden has been accused of sexually exploiting, harassing, and stalking an undefined number of women. Golden had kept quiet Friday before making his public statement on Saturday, which he shared on his personal X account.
No.
For the last month, I have actively participated in and respected the confidentiality of an ongoing school inquiry, he wrote. I have recently engaged Ken Turkle to advise me on my ability to bring defamation. Oh, he's defending himself here. Claims while this confidential investigation is going on, my family, of course he's married. My family and I appreciate the support we have received and remain confident the university will continue its blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't admit anything. But like, dude, you're very well known. You're a very big man in a very small town.
You know, yes. And you know who's swarming right now? Those Gainesville divorce attorneys. They're lining up to get that wife.
Oh yeah, because he's not going to get another contract. He's probably making, what do we think he makes? Like $5 million a year?
Probably. I don't think he's been there very long because I don't know him. Yeah. But the Florida Billy Donovan turned that into a big job.
Yeah, exactly. They won 2 and 3 years. The Florida
2 in a row
Gators. Yeah, 2 in a row. Yeah.
So like it's SEC pays big money for coaches that like. He definitely is getting paid.
6-year, $18 million deal, but he got a raise before this season. So he must have done pretty well. And then he did that thing where he said, hey, other schools want to hire me. And they go, okay, we got more here. Here's some more. And he ain't getting that again. He's going to be lucky to coach high school. He might have to go the Tom Brannaman route and go to Colombia and coach the girls team in Caracas, Venezuela. You know, like that's how you get back into the game. He had it all. And he could have got some posts on the side, but he likes to stalk. He likes to make him uncomfortable because his name's Todd Golden.
The Michigan State football coach some of these guys, just think about how much money
Yeah.
you're making.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah.
He was harassing a previously harassed woman,
Yes.
assaulted woman.
She came and lectured on sexual assault, and then he started he was a sex pest. He pestered her.
Crazy.
It's insane. Like, it's read the
there's
signs.
There's no better aphrodisiac than showing you've got D1 head coach money.
I'm rich as fuck. Look at how everybody around this program kisses my ass.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need. That's all you need if you need to get some women on the side that's available to you. But no, they have to pester. They have to push. They have to send their cock out. You know, that big mistake, Todd Golden.
We'll stay with SEC basketball.
Yeah.
The Auburn basketball team's plane was diverted. I think they had to go back to where they took off because a couple of players, backups, got into a fist fight midair. The next day, they upset number 4 Houston.
Nice.
So
it's how you come together sometimes.
Team wasn't shaken up by it, but
one time,
if you're a backup, you can't be causing trouble.
No, one time I remember Eric Karros had to tune up Ismael Valdez nude in the shower because he'd had a bad start and he wasn't giving his full effort. You know, like that's what you do as a team. You have nude fights in the shower. Wasn't Auburn murdering people last year? Or was that Bama? There was Bama that was doing murders. I mean, same diff.
Yeah,
you know, what's the big deal?
State.
Yeah, they're getting in fights on the plane, but sometimes that's just what you need to come together.
Is Bruce Pearl.
Right.
Bruce Pearl.
He's a
body painter.
Ball. Yeah. He was a rat.
Greasy dude.
He started out as a rat. He ratted, I think, at like Wisconsin, Green Bay, or like one of those schools. He ratted people out. Then
BC,
elevate him.
Was a rat.
Yeah, then he elevated himself. Then he was doing illegal shit at Tennessee. He was painting himself orange at Tennessee. I mean, this guy's a shameless self-promoter. He's very tan. This doesn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me if Bruce Pearl was a sanctioned, like, let's do fights on the plane to pump up the team. Like, let's bet on it. Yeah. Fuck Bruce Pearl. Fuck Auburn. But I mean, it is kind of nice that they won the next day.
Well, I've got a very heartwarming story. Larmar Odom bought a $20,000 custom sex doll modeled after his ex, Khloe Kardashian.
Weren't we just talking about this guy?
We were talking about he was gas station boner pills.
Yeah, he almost died fucking hookers.
At the chicken ranch.
Yeah, the chicken ranch out in Pahrump, Nevada.
Where the mother-daughter are working now.
Yes, yeah, out in a trailer. Imagine dying of gas station dick pills in a fucking hot-ass trailer. With shag carpet in the middle of the fucking desert.
All the smells.
And the clientele. I mean, disgusting. And look, Ed, I'm not the type to build a sex robot, obviously. But if I were, I would make it some aspirational puss. Like, not something I ruined 10 years ago, not something I tore through and I'm done with and I've moved on from. I'm like, I already did that. Let's get a new thing going here. Like, let's make it special.
To be my 4th place Kardashian ex.
Yeah. The O.J. Simpson's daughter, the one that's built like O.J. Simpson, like
that's probably why it cost $20,000.
Yeah, all that extra latex.
Regular size is 15. But
yes, yeah.
You need those broad shoulders. You got to get bigger ones.
Also, how does this Larmar Odom still have $20,000 to throw around?
Yeah, I've heard stories of it. Like, I didn't think he had $20,000 to go.
I didn't think so either. The former LA Laker ordered a custom-made doll designed to resemble the Kardashian as a unique birthday gift to himself. Oh, we've uncovered the real psychopathy here, Ed. He's bought himself a birthday gift. It was explained to TMZ that Odom's decision was personal, noting he wanted to make a likeness of her for his own reasons. The real doll price tags, which range between $5,000 and $9,000. Okay, so it wasn't that much. Oh, but he got custom. Underscore the custom nature of Odom's purchase. Real doll, known for its attention to detail, obviously, offers customizable features in color, size, and even personality, as well as interactive models equipped with artificial intelligence. Odom's choice, however, quickly fueled online discussions, with some fans accusing him of an unhealthy fixation on Khloe. It's just weird. You ordered a doll to look like Khloe, one user remarked, while others labeled him obsessed. Another comment read, Larmar Odom is a sick freak. That's more like it, reflecting the strong reactions that flooded social media. Odom and Kardashian's high-profile relationship began in 2009. So, Ed, 15 years ago he was hitting this.
He must be
like,
super sad.
Yes. Don't they have kids together? The couple's whirlwind romance and lavish lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, anyway.
Well,
very weird.
I assume his money probably is. Does he get money like alimony from her?
Probably not. He would get child support. Yeah, she's got a lot of money. Yeah, like if he's got the kids part of the time, like that's how that K fed.
Right, K Fed has been living large.
Yes, I think it's run out. Remember, he moved to Hawaii because you can keep it going like a couple more years. There's Hawaii's got different rules. So K Fed figured out those rules because he was getting like $80,000 a month or something. It was like so much money, dude. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna keep let's keep this.
He was getting. Now he's back to backup dancer money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, hopefully he saved it up because I think the kids are 18 or almost 18. So it's that could be running out for him. But maybe Lamar's getting something. Remember, Larmar Odom, he was still a pretty good player, and then the Lakers traded him to the Mavericks, and he got real sad, and he didn't want to go.
He was an excellent basketball player.
He was really, really good, and then he was still good, but then he lost interest
on the Mavs.
I think he might have got fat. He just didn't want to play. I think he might have quit in a game or refused to go in or whatever. So then he had the dick pill thing, and then I think he might have gotten smacked around by Aaron Carter, the dead Backstreet brother. I think they had a fight. Maybe I assume Larmar Odom won. I know.
Larmar Odom's huge.
I don't know.
I one time saw him sleeping in a bench outside of my UBS building.
Right?
I think he was waiting for someone, and I just saw him sleeping. And you don't forget, you don't confuse someone. Like he was like 6'9".
He's a giant. Yeah.
You see a giant guy. He was dressed. It wasn't like he was dressed like a homeless person, but he was just asleep right outside my building. I was like, well, that's not something you see every day.
No, it's so jarring to see someone that tall. You might see somebody that tall like every other year in real life because it's so out of the ordinary to be like a 6'6" guy is really tall. But a 6'9" or 6'10" guy is just jaw-droppingly huge. Like it stops traffic. So I could see that. Very happy for him, I guess, that he's fucking this doll. But then what's the cleanup situation? Like, how does this work? Where do you store it? Because remember, Kellen Winslow, he had that issue where he had to jerk off and fuck like every second of the day, and it was a real problem. And the way that
they got him a torso, right?
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns were like, we got to solve for this. And you're like, extensive therapy. Yeah, having him hospitalized. And they're like, no, we got him a torso that he can bring on the road because his roommate was complaining that he was fucking the bed the whole time. And so no one wants to room with him. And also no one wants to go in the locker room because he was fucking the couch in the locker room. And guys are like, hey, coach, Kellen's fucking the couch again. And they're like, hey, we got to solve. We got this figured out. We were going to get him a full-size sex doll, but it's too hard to take it on the road. Like Larmar Odom is too big. You got to leave it at home. What we did is just got him the portion that he needs, which is the vagina and asshole. That's all he needs. So he's good.
You're thinking the tight ends room. They're like talking about chipping. All right, when we face Strahan, he's on a heater right now. So we need help. You need chip, and he's just sitting there,
just tugging it. Yeah, coach. Whatever you say. Like, but the thing is, he could catch he could get in space and make catches and get first downs, Ed. So like,
Yeah.
You're not gonna like have him leave the team just because everyone gets uncomfortable that he's jerking off and coming in front of them all the time. So what you do is you get him something that he can fuck, which worked out great. I mean, he's in prison for multiple rapes.
Yeah.
So,
like old ladies.
If only homeless, if only
Yeah.
somebody could have seen that coming. And I mean, it just came as a shock to everybody, I'm sure, considering that everyone talked about how he couldn't stop fucking everything.
I thought the torso would have solved all his
Of
problems.
course. It was the right move. It was the fix.
We got some very disturbing things coming up. The New York City Marathon, I think is it the first Saturday? I think it's the first Saturday or Sunday in November. So it just recently happened. A guy named Connor Strinkowski completed the marathon with his race bib pinned to his chest. He wasn't wearing a shirt, so he just pinned the race bib to his chest.
I mean, this is a try hard move right here. Like this is really attention seeking behavior that we should not reward.
Right.
And also American runner. Why are we calling him a runner? Because he's a freak. David Goggins will be proud. American runner Connor Strinkowski completed the New York City Marathon in dashingly quick fashion with a bib pinned to his bare chest. The 30-year-old traversed the route, which weaves through all 5 of New York City's boroughs, in just less than 2 hours and 39 minutes. Wow, that's fast. A 6-minute mile pace. This guy's a real runner. Yeah.
Very good.
Strinkowski's decision to go shirtless, it appears, was not made in a spur of the moment. Among the running community, the Palmyra, PA native has become a pseudo-celebrity, affectionately dubbed, oh my God, the Pin Skin Man.
No, that's not good.
That's almost as bad as Todd Golden. The precise conditions most conducive to running 26.2 miles with 4 barbs pinned to the chest remain unclear, but the majority of runners who competed in Sunday's marathon were pleased with the race day temperatures. And let's see a picture of this. Oh, man. What's he doing, Ed? Like, this is so dumb.
Yeah, I really disliked him from seeing that picture.
This is so dumb. This is like, you know, those people, remember the Jim Rose circus sideshow where guys are like hanging weights from they'd have like their cock pierced and they'd hang a weight and to stretch out their cock, and or they'd suspend themselves from like their nipples and stuff. Like, well, that's been done. Like, and it's been done way more hardcore than pinning your stupid bib to your stupid, like, it's tired, I would say. I mean, I never heard of anybody else doing it, but it's just trying a little too hard in my opinion.
Like, you're grossing people out.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. Yeah.
But he's not even close to the worst guy at the New York City Marathon, because a guy named Matt Choi, who's a running influencer.
Stop. There's no such thing as that.
He turned the New York City Marathon into his personal content mill, bringing 2 e-bike riders along to film him, and they kept cutting off other runners.
I'm sure they did.
He received
that can't be allowed.
There are cops everywhere.
Yes.
I don't see why someone didn't say, all right, take this guy out at the 2-mile mark.
100%.
He has received a lifetime ban from the New York City Marathon.
Good, but he's probably got he probably got a whole bunch of followers out of it, and these followers are fucking losers. Like, who's so into running that they're like, oh, I need to follow. Hey, did you see what my favorite running influencer did?
I listen. I'm not into it, but
yes.
Keep in mind, you were a follower of the Liver King for a while.
That's true. Oh, Ed. I was an early adopter on the Liver King.
You were talking about him years ago.
But I look, the Liver King's act got a little old for me. Okay, he's gets up, he goes for a walk on the thing, he gets the sun on him. He sleeps on the floor because that's what his ancestors did. He only eats meat, whatever.
And
liver,
HGH, like his ancestors.
Yeah, he eats. I mean, Ed, the Liver King's like a couple years younger than me, and if just take a look at a picture of the Liver King right now, and there's just no way you could look at, there's no way you could look at a picture of the Liver King and think, oh man, I need to fucking be eating more liver. I mean, this guy just looks so healthy. that I'm not eating enough liver because I want to look more like this guy, the Liver King.
Yeah.
Also, the Liver King he exploded one of his eyeballs.
Oh,
He was
no.
doing something with like those bands. He was like pulling the bands, and one of the bands snapped and hit him in the eye. I actually had to call because I saw that my son follows him because I was just thumbing through my thing.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yes, I was, and I got like a For You of the Liver King, and I go, oh, let's see what's happening with the Liver King, and I realized the Liver King is like much more a subdued Liver King now. He's not as liverish. And then so I called my son and I go, oh, what's going on, Liver King? He goes, I don't know, I haven't seen him. He doesn't show up in his feed, but he's like, I go, he seems more subdued, and he goes, were you watching Liver King? Or were you watching Brian Johnson?
Oh, the AC/DC singer?
The Liver King's Christian name is Brian Johnson. But he had buried Brian Johnson to live as the Liver King. What I'm saying is the Liver King is going to be the liver dead by 55 years old, 100%. Like he'll make it till Christmas, but he's not going to make it 5 more Christmases, Ed. This Liver
He
King
doesn't
is on his
look it.
last
I
leg.
just pulled up his picture. And you know what? Like, he's more beard than man.
Yeah.
But if you look like around that beard,
Yeah,
it looks rough. Like
he
needs all that hair to cover up. Yeah, like
right
that upper cheek
skin.
Something looks very disturbing.
He's got like a lot of loose skin in the face area. And look, I get that he's very jacked. He's also very short, but that's okay. And he's very tan, but he's also very red. And he's got that long beard. And I feel like because he's got the 2 children, Stryker and Rad, and Stryker and Rad I feel like
Stryker and Rad.
Yeah, Stryker and Rad are gonna have some stories to tell. Like, remember that Mommy Dearest, Joan Crawford? Like her daughter wrote this book of abuse about her. They made it into a movie, and it was like, look, I've never seen the movie, but it's like no wire hangers and like, the torment and the beating. And I see this Liver King, and he's out there with the Liver Queen, and he's got the, he's doing the weighted carries. So, he'll do like a mile or 2 walk where he's got a heavy vest, like I wear the vest, but his is way heavier. And then he's got ankle weights, and he's barefoot. He's got ankle weights, and then he's carrying 2 heavy ass kettlebells. And you're like, okay, guy, we get it. You're doing for the content. But then he's got the Mrs. Liver King with him. And Mrs. King is also, she doesn't want to be doing that because they're rich. They're rich as fuck. And she's like, hey, how about I be just doing rich bitch stuff? Like, how about I'm shopping? Like, you do the kinging, right? You liver it.
Does he make her like eat liver stuff?
Yes. He's got the liver chef. The liver chef comes out and he's like, oh, your testicles are ready, sir. And they're like, oh yes, testicles. And they're eating the testicles. All I'm saying is the Liver King, I hadn't seen him in a couple years. I jumped off the Liver King bandwagon, which I was an early adopter of. I left him. And I went back and I checked in on him recently, and it's not looking too good for the Liver King. He's gone downhill, and I'm predicting very bad things for the Liver King in the near future. R.I.P. Yeah, eventually we're gonna be playing a sad segment for the Liver King, and it won't be very long.
And we're gonna close sports with a very sad story.
Yeah,
Aussie breakdancer Raygun.
Yeah,
is gonna stop competing after the Olympics backlash.
The breakout star of the Paris Olympics?
Yeah.
Was it Paris? Yeah. But like, people made fun of her because they're like, oh, she wasn't good at it's breakdance. Last I checked, dancing is a form of self-expression. It's an art form. It's, you can't be good nor bad at dancing. You're just dancing. You're expressing yourself. And so, she did it wrong. She got 0 points on the dancing.
Well, why did everyone love her?
Exactly. And why was she dressed like she was going out on the cricket pitch? Like, I don't know.
I know.
I loved it.
Kept us wanting more.
I loved it. I was a huge fan.
I saw, I think it wasn't even a touchdown. I have like a Vikings D-back picked off a ball and did her routine in the end zone. It was wonderful.
Stop.
I'll send it to you.
I would love that. Melbourne, Australia, breakdancer Rachel Raygun. See, I like that. I didn't know that before, but Raygun is a play off her given name, Rachel Gunn.
Well, before you continue with that, it reminds me that
Tell me.
this disturbs me that the name Wordle was created by a guy with the last name Wardle. That
Yeah.
I didn't like.
Play on words. I don't like that either. I hate that actually. Her signature kangaroo bounce. See? Who else came up with the kangaroo bounce? You know, like that's her thing. Now no one can do it.
When she did the Miyagi, the crane kick thing at the end?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Awesome. After the Australian declared she could not bring herself to battle following the backlash over her Paris Olympic performance, Gunn, a university lecturer, became an overnight sensation after losing all 3 of her round-robin battles by a combined score of 54-0 when breaking made its Olympic debut at the Palais de Concorde. The 37-year-old was mocked online and in the mainstream media for everything from her moves to her green official team uniform. All things I loved. Gunn told Sydney Radio that she was still breaking but not competing. So she's doing it for the love of the game, which I appreciate. Yes.
But the thing is,
people want to see.
People want that.
Yeah.
I saw in Hoboken.
Yep.
People who have like there's certain streets where people have stoops and you get the trick-or-treaters and you have like booze out. People like drink on inside their little on their front stoop. And so like friends of mine that I go to one person's place every year
for a drink.
And we have a drink and I saw 3 Rayguns on Halloween.
Oh, see. What other Olympic athlete did you see somebody dressed up as? Zero. Here's the 2 Olympic athletes we can name. Raygun and that Paraguayan swimmer who fucked a lot while she was there.
Yeah,
like there's
too much.
Yeah, there's 2.
They kicked her out.
There's 2 that I just realized that my window's been open this whole time and I'm screaming about people fucking the couch. It's great. No, it's not a problem. Look, let Raygun live. Let her compete. Yeah. You know what she should be able to do is like an emeritus, like an homage. Because basically, assuming that they're still going to do breakdancing, which, as with most judged sports, like let's get it the fuck out of the Olympics, right? But if we're gonna have it, let's have Raygun out there doing it, or let's have Raygun come out and they'll be like, it's time for Olympic breakdancing. And then Raygun comes out, the most famous breakdancer, does her routine, and then people know, okay, it's time to start breaking. Like the breaking has begun.
You know how I've definitely seen these clips. Like when they start the Masters, they would let 85-year-old Arnold Palmer tee off and maybe kill someone, but
Jack
they're like,
Nicklaus,
we got to let the old dudes have their moment.
Sam Snead comes out and bangs one down the fairway.
Let Raygun start it off.
Do the kangaroo hop.
Yes.
I mean, why not? Why not? I love it. Okay, Ed. Not really any emails or voicemails this week, so let's just jump right in to the not sports portion of the program.
Well, it's time for non-sports segment on the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. Non-sports. I'm talking about the segment now. Non-sports segment.
Ed, let's talk about things that happened that are not, in fact, sports.
So I didn't realize that like this is like the the bad guys, the Axis powers kind of thing that still goes on. Yeah. That like the bad guy Russians, they're like, hey, we need North Koreans to help with the fighting.
Yeah. Oh.
So like the North Korean troops have joined the Russian fighting.
Yeah.
Well, these North Koreans, they never had full internet access.
No.
And the troops, with this unfettered access, are now all hooked on porn.
Yeah, they get on their phones and they're like, oh, Pornhub.
I remember years and years ago, Howard Stern always talked about this. Like, if you just litter these enemy in quotes places with like porn and stuff that would make them so much happier.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, hey, let me plot the next bombing. If you can,
No.
you can see pornography. You're going to be like more interested in that.
Pornography. Yeah, sure. And we just had one. This is like that Amazon tribe that everything was going great, that uncontacted tribe. Then Elon, who thinks he can fix everything, comes in and he's like, oh, I'll give the in between hair pluggings, I'll give the uncontacted tribe the Skylink internet. And then what are they all doing? They're all shopping on Amazon and jerking their dicks to porn all the time. And it's like, oh, hey, I can't think of it.
Elon.
Hey, I don't know their names. Like I don't know how their language works in the Amazon. And they're like, hey, yes, that's yeah. Hey, somebody needs to go kill a couple monkeys because we're hungry over here. Like this is your job is blow darting shit, and you haven't been blow darting shit because you've been in it.
I just discovered stepmother porn.
Yeah, I'm working my dong over here when I should be out, building a hut. But hey, right. We're getting wet from the rainforest. We usually have huts for this.
Is upon us.
Yeah, and it's like, you're in charge of the hutting. And it's like, I can't be hutting because there's a new episode of Stuck in the Dryer porno that I don't even know what a dryer is. I've never seen a dryer, and I've also never seen porno. So everything about this is interesting to me. Like, it's like, let's just let them be, like let's either all have porno or not. My buddy Spence, he was stunned to learn when he got to Texas, porno's illegal in Texas.
What?
There's the place that has their freedoms. There's no, they've outlawed online pornography in the state of Texas, where they're so free. We got all our freedoms over here.
Wait. Fully outlawed, or is this like accountability partnership? Like
no,
you can
outlawed because Spence is like, oh no, you just got to sign in, and Fan's like, no, ain't no porn, and he goes to sign in. Now there are workarounds. You got to go to the sites that they don't know about. So if you're hitting Hub, obviously you can't go on Hub. X Hamster, you're gonna have to stay off of that. I didn't try my old standby UJIS from back in the day. I feel like they probably know about UJIS at this point too. So you got to, for sure, Wicked. They got all the majors. You're gonna have to go. Like back in the day, you used to be able to go on Tumblr. Oh, you could probably go on Reddit, but Reddit is just gonna give you GIFs. It's just gonna give you clips. Which you don't.
Man, I cannot.
Bri likes the build up.
I'm really shocked that Texas.
Yes. Yeah. Where they have all their freedoms.
Yeah.
They're the most free. They're their own republic, Ed. They're free to do whatever they want down there, except jerk off or smoke a joint or get a zygote sucked out of their fallopian tube. Like you can't do those things. But other than that, you're completely free down there in Texas. No big deal.
Oh man, I feel for you, Texans.
Yeah, it's very sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah. North Koreans have more porn than Texas. North Korea officially more free than Texas.
Think about these North Koreans when they're like, okay, you've done your time, you can go back to North Korea. They're like, no, I kind of like
yes. Keep me on the front lines.
I want to stay on the front lines in Kyiv.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, we're good.
Way better.
We could get killed by a grenade dropped from an Amazon drone here any day, but that's okay because we're watching porno. It's fine. Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're living.
Finally.
What else? Someone who's done his fair share of living. Brian Austin Green. It came out recently in an interview. He forgot he had sex with Tori Spelling.
Yeah.
Like. His famous scene partner for years, Donna Martin.
Yeah.
90210. It can't, like, she was interviewing him for her podcast, and he's like, did we had sex?
Stop. Was he just being kind?
No, he's like, he didn't remember, but like, you and I had texted about this. Like,
yeah, he's fucked so much.
He's fucked so much, but also fucked so much on that show. Yeah. I believe he had Thiessen.
Yeah, Thiessen's a real top shelf piece right there.
And Vanessa Marcil, very, very top shelf.
Yeah, and then just even the broads we don't know about. I mean, this guy's done work. Tori Spelling and Brian Austin Green are reminiscing on their past on the November 5 episode of the Misspelling podcast. The Beverly Hills 90210 alums reflected on their relationship while they were on the show, debating whether they were ever even dating. Both were hesitant to label it as that, with Green 51 saying it was much more. The label of like, oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, are you dating? That almost felt disrespectful to me, because it's like, no, we went through way more than just what normal people go through when they're dating, he explained. Like, oh, we dated and then we broke up. We never did anything. We never broke up. We never said it's just you and me. Let's try. What the fuck is he talking about? And also, if he acknowledges that they dated, then he acknowledges that they fucked. He's like, we're like,
okay. I'm looking through this track record.
Yeah.
My goodness. Wait, there were 3 women we mentioned.
Yep.
Then everybody knows he was married to Megan Fox for a while.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, who's this? Courtney Stodden.
That's the child bride of the guy from the Green Mile.
Yeah, that weirdo.
Yeah.
He's been with her. He's been with Tina Louise.
Tina Louise from the Gilligan's Island?
No, yeah, this is a different Tina Louise.
Oh, okay.
Big fake can.
Save some first name for the rest of us. Yeah.
Sharna Burgess.
Oh,
Dancing with the Stars.
yes,
pro.
yes. She's like a dancer, a pro dancer. So bodied up.
Oh wait. No, this is just a teaser. I don't know, but like the guy has
No,
just put in
got
work.
a lot of bliss. Yeah,
He's a good-looking dude.
He's handsome. He's still gonna be the guy for me that as a judge on, or as a guesser on The Masked Singer or The Masked Dancer was able to guess that the person under the mask was notorious child sex crime victim Elizabeth Smart.
He guessed.
Yeah. We played it on the show. He's like, I don't know. Could it be Elizabeth Smart? And people are like, wait, that Mormon girl that got kidnapped out of her house and held in a sex cult? Why would you even guess that? And then she takes off the thing and she's like, yes, it's me, Elizabeth Smart. And I was like, this is the wildest shit that's ever happened.
I told you there was one time it was on after the Super Bowl, and I was like cleaning up. We had a Super Bowl party. It was The Masked Singer. And the guesses were so wild. Yeah. Like just some stupid, somebody's dressed like a wasp and they're like, is that Tom Hanks in there? No, he's not doing this fucking show. Is this Tom Cruise? George Clooney.
Let me take a wild guess. Whatever Ken Jeong guessed was very unfunny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ken, can you replay the moment where you jump out of the trunk naked? All right, great. That was the 3 seconds you were funny.
Show us your tiny dick again, because that's the one joke you have.
Yeah.
What else said?
Ooh, Mark Wahlberg. His Las Vegas restaurant caught fire a day before his ribbon cutting ceremony. So,
Ed, I actually happen to know he's got a chain of these places, and because there's one.
Wahlburgers?
Yeah, no, they're not Wahlburgers. So that's what's interesting. It's a Mexican concept.
I like Mexican,
and it's called Felchya.
Felch?
Which is
you're gonna put Felch?
Yeah, it's called Marky Mark's. Hold on, Marky Mark's Felchya. No, hold on.
Why would you put Felch in the name of
I don't know. This guy loves felching or something, so he's called his restaurant Felch. Wait, Felcha. Felch. Oh no, Flecha. Fletcha. But that's very close to Felchya.
Yeah.
Which is a sex act that gay men like to do to each other, and he's calling his Mexican cantina that Felchya. And then
I would recommend people go incognito mode before you search that, because then all of your pop-ups are going to be. Yes,
it's a good point. And also, who better to serve Mexican food than a miniature psychopath from Boston? Like, there's like all the best Mexican food comes from Boston. Everybody knows that. Like, if that's who I want to be the purveyor of all the best Mexican food at the world, at a place named after a gay sex act, Mark Wahlberg's Felchya.
You would think somewhere in his time frame, like somewhere between 3:45 and 4:45 a.m., he would have checked with like fire codes. You know,
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
all that time.
Yes, yeah, he's up. Well, but his day's very planned, Ed, because he's got a TI. He has to work out from 2 a.m. to 2:37 p.m. and then he's got to have his breakfast. Then Ed, time for prayer. He's got to sit down and have his prayer session. Then
So he didn't
plays 18
pray.
holes of golf in 90 minutes.
He didn't pray to not fuck up with fire.
He didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, in addition to the Las Vegas location, Wahlberg also has a Felchya restaurant in Huntington Beach, California. That's the one I'm familiar with because it's right by the Whole Foods where I get my lunch sometimes. And I've seen it, and I'm always stunned that that's the name of the thing, Felchya Cantina, which is just a wild name.
Yeah, you don't want to think of felching when you're eating.
You really don't, or ever.
I mean,
especially not around food, though. It's when they're like, "Hey, do you want the cream sauce on this? You want a little." Yeah. Drizzle. How are you? Aioli?
No,
you want some aioli?
Give me the verde. I don't want to think about any cream sauce.
Yes. Extra sour cream on the Felchya burrito?
No.
Okay. Let's wrap it up there. Ed, fantastic work as always. Abbreviated episode, which is kind of nice once in a while. We're giving you guys too much content every week, It's a lot. For Ed Daly. Wait, hold on. Let's try to time this again. Got to get to the right thing. Excellent episode as always, Ed. I appreciate your work that you did this week. I appreciate the felching discussion.
Good job, us.
I appreciate the Smurfs, of course, the AOL You've Got Mail guy,
the Smurfs.
And of course the Liver King. What about the budget Smurfs, the underwater Smurfs, the Snorks?
Snorks.
Yeah. They're like,
that was the Webster to the Smurfs.
Different strokes. Yeah, the Snorks were just Smurfs that lived under the ocean and had snorkels off the top of their heads. Get the fuck out of here. All right, for Ed Daly, my name is Brian Beckner. This has been episode number 550 of the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
While you're over at the urinal taking a leak, talking loud comments, conundrums, my brothers, reviewing some movies and shows and others.